Wayans and Wahlburger franchise owners.
I'm in the Wahlberg clan. I'm moving up to Boston and rooting for the Red Sox. Not gonna happen.
Welcome again to yet another Halloween episode of BigDumbContent. I'm your horrific host, Andrew, and today the ghouls and I are tapping into the Happenin. With me as always is Eldritch Rafa.
Ooh, sorry about that.
That was ineffable. And of course, Scary Carrie.
Hey, what's going on? You watch Tenucky shit? You watch Spelunk with Dunk? Huh? Come on, that's a Halloween special. You gotta watch it for the season. 'Tis the season.
Come on, swing.
Cool.
You all right there, Carrie?
Yeah, I was just a little out of my breath. You know, I was drinking some pumpkin spice from Dunk's. It's got me all worked out. I'm here for the episode, though. Let's go.
I hope you're gonna get some good vibrations, maybe.
It's about that time.
You feel it, baby?
Rafa, you like doing summaries of the movies you watch, don't you?
Do I like doing them or do I do them?
Do it.
Attaboy.
The Happening 2008 happened, directed by M. Night Shyamalan and starring Marky Mark. It's Jess Deschanel and Luigi Mario Leguizamo. Spoiler alert, it was the trees, I think.
Oh, goodness. I'm scared.
Well, let me tell you, it would have happened if I was there, okay? If I was there, it would have happened. I was almost on that flight, you know.
Mark, is that you?
If you're Mark Wahlberg, you were there. You're in the movie.
No, I was almost on the flight to tell M. Night Shyamalan to not write this movie, but he did. I couldn't stop him.
What are you
and then I
getting
had
at
to be
here,
in
Mark?
the movie. It was crazy.
So how do you feel about Wahlberg's comments? Was he out of line? And can you really speculate about what you would have done in any given situation?
Carrie, are you going to do this through the whole episode?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to call mental health services.
If you're wondering, whether or not you should call, I think that's an indication that you should call.
Hotline.
There's no
when we do a
bodies, no
break.
sign of them. They're just.
We're going to keep an eye on that.
It's scary,
You
huh?
can keep an eye on it, but he might blind
The
you.
former Turtle
Okay,
resident
okay,
of Dorchester,
well,
Massachusetts,
that's
once blinded a Vietnamese man in one eye
Mark,
after
Mark,
beating him with a stick.
Who do we call to cancel somebody?
Public Teflon image.
Hannibal Buress?
Ronan Farrow?
I'm going to go tweet about that.
That's weird.
Okay. Initial impressions. Rafa?
Yeah. Why did we watch this movie?
It's scary, huh? All right, let's hear some theories about why this might be happening. Keep guessing.
Maybe Carrie liked it.
Let me tell you, I love this movie, all right? Okay? This movie was great. It's kind of one of those special, crazy random happenstances. You can't just make this movie, you know? You can't just make it intentionally, you know? You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be so many things that just align perfectly for a movie like this to come out like it does, you know? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I told you.
You know what I'm saying?
Look,
You know what
I
I'm
said that.
saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I
You
said
know what I'm saying?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You know what I'm saying?
I will say this. It gave me a lot of ideas on how I could myself after watching this movie.
Ooh, my
In
goodness.
fact, here's a list of the following ways I would do it.
Oh.
Bear trap.
Yeah.
Hangman.
Yeah.
Tiger.
I know.
Ordered by a bull.
You see that?
A lawnmower.
You're telling me, guys, all right? It's like
Stepping on a rusty nail.
that's a bad
Your
one.
head into window.
Death by Dad.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one.
It's a bad movie shot by the director of photography of Silence of the Lambs. What? Yep. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan, he says this movie's a comedy in post-release interviews. I don't know about that, buddy.
Thanks.
I don't know about that.
I sat through the bonus special features on the Happening DVD. I'm the one guy who saw those. and they're pretty straight-faced. Like, they wanted this to be a good movie. They put a lot of effort into this, like, a lot.
We got 11 shots.
Damage control.
He keeps talking about how it was like NC-17 before they did edits.
I screened the movie with everything in it, and it was like an X. So,
ooh, Mark fucks the air.
They cut it down to R.
What?
I'm Mr. PG-13.
No.
That's, I guess, what happened, though. And it's still... maybe keep cutting.
Cut!
Maybe keep cutting until it's nothing.
They should have cut the budget for this movie down to nothing and never even started production on it because, ooh, stinky.
Cut. Cut. For God's sakes, cut.
This is like the Blob for people with really bad brain damage.
62%, folks. 62% of the people who watch this movie happen themselves immediately after.
Trigger warning, a lot of happening is going to be happening in this video, so if you don't like happenings, don't watch. What kind of science does Mark Wahlberg even do in this movie? Is it like earth science? What is this? It reminds me of a class I had
Genetic beauty?
You know why? Because your face is perfect.
Crystals. Moods, vibes.
You know that everyone gives off energy, right? Scientifically proven. They got these cameras that can record what color you are when you're feeling different things. People that are angry give off a different color than people that are sad. See this ring? This ring can supposedly tell you what you're feeling.
Good vibrations.
Okay, he cracked the key, folks. Scientist winner of the week.
Yo!
This is the thing that I was thinking about while I was watching this movie is like you get introduced to Mark Wahlberg in the classroom and he's just like bringing up like a headline topic. Like he's like, where are the bees, guys? What do you think is happening?
Not the bees! Look, I don't know if you guys have heard about this article in the New York Times about honeybees vanishing. Not the bees!
That's how they teach in Florida now, Carrie. So
I hate to say it, that's unfortunately one of the most realistic parts of the movie is that if he was a science teacher, he would be that teacher that just comes into class and is like, so, anyone get up to anything fun this weekend? Anyone go mini golfing? Come on, who wants to go to DQ? I've got a coupon. It's about that time. Like, he's that guy.
You like rocks? You like rocks?
We all had that one teacher, right? Who comes in and he shows everyone Whale Wars or one of those shows, right? There's always one.
Another one. All of his scientific knowledge feels like it stems from the magazine he picked up at the CVS checkout.
You know he's rocking copies of Nat Geo back home.
Giving off good vibes. We're just here to use the bathroom.
You know he falls asleep to How It's Made. You know he does.
I don't even think he would watch How It's Made long enough to fall asleep. He'd be like, yeah, I freaking already know.
Sandwiches.
Hey, How It's Made's on tonight. I'm going to watch it.
But I think the thing is like as the movie goes on, I started to realize it's not what Mark's character knows.
You lied to me.
It's what M. Night Shyamalan knows.
I am normal. Until I show you that I'm not normal.
Oh. Yeah. Jake, what a hunk. Can we get a Jake moment? Oh, we can't? That's okay.
He's underage?
The problem is your face is perfect at 15.
That would be CP. CP, folks, is Chris Pratt, so.
Oh.
Is it?
CP? Yo, CP. Hey, CP. Right? Isn't that what you call me, Allison? CP? CP.
Oh, Johnny Leguizamo was in this movie. Again, we're watching a John Leguizamo starring movie.
Everywhere I look, I see his face.
I'm gonna give you a math riddle, okay? And you're gonna tell me the answer.
Is this guy in any good movies?
Yeah.
Any good movies?
Man, of course. Come on, this is awesome weird event. Hey, you want me to throw some figures and percentages at you so we both feel
Jamie,
better?
can you pull up a John Leguizamo movie?
Let me just hold on.
What that?
I'm gonna find you guys real soon.
Zooey Deschanel's in this movie. Unfortunately, she's awful in this, and it's not her fault. It's M. Night.
What scene are you in?
Just when you thought there couldn't be any more evil that could be invented.
What scene?
And does the M. Night stand for Michael Jackson? I don't know. What do you guys think?
If you take my daughter's hand, you better be prepared to raise her until she's the age of 18 or older.
Can we agree that Johnny Legs here has an unhealthy relationship with his best friend?
My mother just called my cell again. She's hysterical. Hysterical.
62%!
What is going on between the two of those guys?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. You should never tell your best friend.
Why is everybody saying that?
Very strange. Very strange.
Yeah, they are very good friends.
Spoiler alert, my boy Johnny Legs don't make it. He don't got legs like that. He happens
hard.
He happened like in the middle of the movie, so just know that. He doesn't make it that far at all.
When he happens, it happens to be in a happenstance of 5 people in a car.
I'm gonna give you a math riddle, okay? And you're gonna tell me the answer.
What?
You wanna hear another one?
And that person slams on the acceleration, crashes in the car, and then he gets out and just walks around. And I really wanted him to like take the person out of the driver's seat and then he runs it into the tree again. But instead he just like picks up a shard of glass and happens himself.
It happens.
I'm pretty sure the movie wants us to interpret it that he happened in the conventional sense, like everyone else.
What? No.
I like to look at this a little differently. I'm going into Carey mode here, and I'm about to do some interpretation of my own. All right, let me just manipulate the time stream. Okay, and there we go. In this version of the happening, John Leguizamo didn't happen. He actually himself out of choice, just like anyone would before or after a happening. He has had so much grief, trauma, and stress that he is at the end of his rope at this point. He thinks he lost his wife, his kid, his best friend. He's lost in the middle of Filbert.
Filbert? Does anybody know where that is?
No, this is Thailand. Nice.
Or wherever the fuck he is.
Oh shit, don't shit on Filbert already.
Filbert, where is that? No one knows where that is.
And that is his last straw. You broke this camel's back. And so he's just himself. Like, that's just...
Maybe he planned it.
I have to go.
I don't know. He did dump his daughter off with his best friend.
I believe it's a conventional unaliving, not a happening.
Well, that happened.
Again.
Oh my goodness. I like when the lions tear that guy apart.
Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't know people could watch videos on their phone in 2008, but I guess I forgot about that time.
Yeah, someone was watching a crisp HD
that was pretty good looking.
Video on their iPhone 1. So
I want that tech.
It's like taps on the shoulder in this diner and goes, "Hey, watch this person off themselves."
Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this. My sister sent it to me.
Feel the vibration.
And there's a huge crowd. Everyone's just crowded around this person with this iPhone. Just
they're all
watching
more
this person
amazed that there's a video on their phone.
Yeah.
They're like, you're telling me your phone can do a lighter flip?
Mother of God.
What?
There is a pretty great intro title sequence. It's slow. It's got some ominous music. It's just text over sky, and the sky turns more dark and ominous and gray. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm set up. I understand what I'm going to. Ominous movie, feeling spooky. Then 2 girls on a park bench. They're just hanging, reading books, And one girl goes, "Where was I?" And the other goes,
You're at the place where the killers meet to decide what to do with the crippled girl.
That's right. That's right.
and that's hilarious. But also, it's the problem with this whole movie is like people are saying things in ways that people don't actually talk. And it really kind of confuses me if at some point M. Night Shyamalan was replaced by an AI robot that predicts what an AI, what M. Night would write.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night
This movie is
Shyamalan.
text to
Exactly.
speech from his personal data assistant in like 2006.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that someone would say those things. Not the context of what's being said, but the way it's said.
If we're gonna die, I want you to know something. I was in a pharmacy a while ago. There was a really good-looking pharmacist behind the counter. Really good-looking. I went up and I asked her where the cough syrup was. I didn't even have a cough.
Mother of God, what kind of terrorists are these?
You're at the place where the killers meet to decide what to do with the crippled girl.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep.
What? No.
Well, it should make sense, Carrie. You want to know why?
Why?
Because your face is perfect.
What?
Perfect.
Oh, Mark, you can't hit on students.
Perfect.
Yeah, you got those DSLs.
Oh. This is a Wendy's, sir. Come on. Move it along.
It's just you get scenes after scenes of people giving Mark Wahlberg and crew
one useless piece of information at a time.
Until they
You're
decide.
just giving me one piece of useless information at a time. Why won't you tell me where we're going?
What's going on?
But then they can't think.
Where is
later
Filbert?
on.
Does anyone even
What's
know
wrong
where
with
that
this
is?
guy? What's wrong with this
Why won't
guy?
anyone give me a second to think? I'm just trying to figure out where the bees are going. Why won't anyone let me think? Why is everyone's face so perfect? Why won't you let me think? Just a second.
This guy wants everything, but he wants nothing.
Yeah.
Props.
Second, okay? Just give me a second.
Toxin is affecting them.
I need a second. Okay, why can't anybody give me a goddamn second? I'd be scientific, douchebag.
Just don't go to the window with the tree.
Just a second. Why can't anybody give me a goddamn second?
That's all I'm saying, guys.
Don't you open up that window.
All right, maybe go. Maybe okay. A toxin? More like this movie. I want to remake this movie and then have endotoxin.
The cure to the trees is the trees.
This movie has toxin. We need a movie with antidote. Okay. Why didn't these people wear fucking masks? Isn't that the first rule of biological warfare?
They know that it's being spread in the air. They know this. They know it's
M.
an
Night-
infection.
What did M. Night do for
But-
research? Did he even do research? Come on.
This was an act of nature, and we'll never fully understand it.
Well, I know, honestly, this is very predictive of the global catastrophe that would then happen like 10 years later.
Is this movie about anti-maskers? And we just didn't see those scenes?
Think about it. It's
Hot topic,
it's all
debate
these
time.
people.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
They know there's an invisible force in the air that's killing people. But what do they not do?
Breathe.
Ever block or stop anything from getting in their mask? No one wears masks. No one does anything. They stay inside.
Isn't there grandma wearing
But they're
a
still breathing.
mask? Gas mask? Someone wears a gas mask in this
Someone
movie.
wears,
no, that's
they
a
wear
quick
gas
shot.
masks.
Clip time.
It's a
But
quick,
like
it's a
old
quick
timey
shot.
World War II gas masks,
Hey,
like
that
a
works.
joke.
They defeated the
But I would
Germans.
say they're the only people taking this shit seriously. Like people are legitimately dying.
Well, 'cause they
in
think it's terrorists.
horrific, very visual ways. Like this isn't like we're hearing about a statistic.
62%
Like you can see people falling from the building and shooting themselves. They're doing the shooting themselves in the streets.
They'd be shooting people out there themselves.
People shooting people, men shooting boys, children
Cats, dogs.
killing children, trees killing people.
Jeremy Strong's in this from Succession fame.
Yeah.
But he's like a hick.
Cheese and crackers.
Yes, sir, private sir. Yes, I do.
Is everyone in agreement?
Which has another scene where they're standing in a field and his group has gone off separately and it's Mark's group all hanging back.
Yeah, why did they do that?
Yeah, the biggest hole is you can't have a non-visual enemy without it kind of being ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Carrie, non-visual?
A non-visual
Did you
enemy.
not see the 20 minutes of runtime of just trees swaying in the wind?
Yeah, unfortunately I did, and that was the funny part.
Can someone go back and put like a gaseous cloud, like a fucking Star Trek Next Generation episode? Can someone just do that? Just do that.
Yeah. And
this is a comedy.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's you see it sway and you're like, oh, that's funny. That's supposed to be scary. But it's not scary. They're running away from a gently wafting tall grass.
Several people, like adult people, run away from the wind in terror.
And you're just like,
it looks like a pre-CGI scene. Like there should be something there that isn't yet, like a big monster.
Someone edited in some dinosaurs. Maybe a naked guy.
Ooh, yeah, spooky naked guy.
I'm a Godzilla.
Maybe a farting monster.
You just throw a visual representation in so you feel like they are getting away.
You know, get a cheap Thanos asset off the internet, pay like $5, plop
Make
him
it
in
work.
there. Yeah, do a little, you know.
If this is a comedy, why didn't I laugh? Come on, then.
Oh.
It's a comedy of errors.
They needed to go hard or go home, and this movie is limp.
Everybody sucks.
Limp Bizkit.
This movie is Limp Bizkit. I want to break shit. Motherfuckers.
This movie has a lot of dead air, ironically.
I mean, you can see that. Just listen to our voices. Dead air.
In between the dead air, you've got like some of the funniest little bits, and then there's a lot more dead air. So there is a lot more.
It's like my set at the ha ha ha.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But the gold moments are really good. Like when they show up at this old person's house, the house is all boarded up. They don't want the terrorists getting in. They're in a small town. It's not going to happen here, all right?
We're in a small town, Jess. Nothing will happen to us here.
But then the kids are banging on one of the doors. They're like, we're going to get in. We're going to get in. And then in slow motion.
Hey, Josh, don't do that.
A shotgun
done that,
pops through.
Not in America.
Shouldn't have done that, motherfucker.
And blasts the kids away. And they go flying back in
They
slow-mo.
shoot kids in this movie. Halloween 3
shoot kids.
Two
kids.
It's like, it's one of the funniest scenes.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
It is more like he's trying
the
to
trees.
do. He's trying to do a Twilight Zone episode, right? Where it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
but you
this
can't
crazy
do that
thing
when it
happened.
involves like
This
8
would have been a
states.
good Twilight Zone episode because it would have been shorter. It would have had a different writer and director and a different series of actors.
You can't do this with the whole state and then
You don't
have
need
the
to go
army
to
involved.
Filbert. You don't need to.
Or you
just have it take
just
place
stay
in
in
Filbert.
Filbert.
Let's
Just
stay in
Filbert.
Filbert.
Pennsylvania.
Guys, staycation in Filbert.
Pennsylvania.
Please. Rafa.
Does anybody know where that is? What do you mean? Where are we?
Filbert.
Pennsylvania.
It's happening in big cities. It's not happening here. Maybe you have one of the characters goes off. John Leguizamo goes off, and you see like the actual impact in the city when he's trying to search for his wife who was there on a business trip or whatever. And so you see a little bit of the damage, and then it cuts back to the small town, and it's like people slowly going crazy because they think it's terrorists and yada yada. And it's like fear tearing this small town apart. That's like the core you would have to make it effective and meaningful.
It is a pretty good representation of the Bush era. So there you go.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Everyone's just like a chicken with their head cut off, running around. It's happening.
What? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. So that's the thing. I feel like the movie kind of starts with a bit more promise. Once you get to the middle, you feel the weight of the emptiness, and by the time you get to the end, you're like, finally. Just like the characters in the movie who decide they've had enough, and if they're gonna die, they want to die together. So they bring Zooey Deschanel brings the little girl out. Mark Wahlberg meets them, and they're like, "We're ready. We're gonna off ourselves." And they didn't even talk to the girl. The girl could have been like, "Wait, guys, I want to see this through. I'm
9. I want to live.
I could make it." But no.
They want to happen.
No, but thankfully, by pure happenstance, the happening stopped that exact minute or a minute before.
Kay from Mississippi wants to know why it started so suddenly on a Tuesday at 8:33 and then ended so suddenly at 9:27 the next morning.
It happens again and again. Hey, but at least it's on to France.
If we all just like started killing the plants, would the movie end?
First thing I'm gonna have to do is use this Clorox.
Like if
I
we
guess
started
so.
a bunch of forest fires?
Why didn't anyone start a fire in this movie? That's a good point, Raph.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I guess did anyone else figure out it was the plants, or was that just them?
To be perfectly honest, this was an act of nature, and we'll never fully understand it.
It's the plants.
I guess in the very end they do.
They even politicize the trees.
That's why most people believe it was the government.
What happened?
Yeah. I think overall, you're just left feeling like, why? At the end, you feel exhausted. Honestly, I think that's what I remember. Is once again, I think I might have enjoyed this movie a little more than you guys, but
really,
those gem moments, those little lines where you're like, "What, dude? Like, what?"
Golden happening moments.
You make me laugh, make me burst with joy. But there is so much like,
hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape. They got protein. You like hot dogs, right?
Guys want to play some cool bath games?
Is it bath games?
It's really, really bad in terms of filmmaking. The story is poorly told. The acting is poorly directed. The shot choices are questionable. Everything about this movie is fairly mediocre to bad.
I'm tight as fuck!
And I did not seem to appreciate it as much as Carrie, but I could see how some people could get that kind of camp value from something like this.
It's time for camp.
What I would say is that if you're looking for a spooky movie for the Halloween season, this might not be that movie to pick.
I've seen it.
But if
April
you want,
Fool's
like,
movie.
if you're a fan of Mark Wahlberg,
He needed to apologize. Still like him.
Yeah, so many people agree with you. He's a great performer and a great actor. We'll support him in that way.
or you are a fan of Zooey Deschanel, but you don't want to be, or I don't know, you
like trees.
Yeah, watch this movie. Why not? Just have a good laugh. You won't think about it that much afterwards. There's a lot of downtime in between. It's a look at your phone kind of movie, but hey, the laughs I think make it worth it. All right, there's a lot of laughs.
Oh, Carrie, before we end the show,
a lot of laughs.
Can you name one great joke before we go? Your favorite joke from The Happening? I would love to hear it because you seem to love this movie.
No. Okay, just let me think for a second.
Yeah, take your time. Come up with
just let me think for a goddamn second.
Okay. Take your time.
We do have
Just
something
let
on
me think
after.
for a second.
It's okay.
Why can't anyone let me think for a goddamn second?
Stand-up's hard, yeah.
The hot dog's got a cool shape, all right? Hot dog's got a cool shape.
Trick or treat, smell our feet. Smell our trees, actually.
He didn't mean that.
Don't smell the trees.
Actually, maybe this is what I'll do. Instead of giving out candy, I'll go around to 7-Eleven to the bargain bin box. I'll find 5 of the happenings for $1. And
You're
then I'll
madman.
just pass those out.
You are a terrorist of cinema.
Mother of God, what kind of terrorists are these?
This Halloween, treat yourself to tricking the neighborhood and giving out the happening. Oh, hey, I just found something I didn't put on my list.
Oh.
I didn't hear
Wait,
you.
try to get it
Sorry
out
about
with
that.
a different pen. Do you have another pen?
Yeah, I have some Vaseline. You could try that.
Yeah.
Want me to,
This'll
like-
do it. This'll do it.
Oh God.
How do you want me to, like this way?
Yeah, the other way.
Okay, so
It'll
See if
pop
you can
out.
push the other side.
Oh, that's so much worse. Oh.
Oh.